friends, it's Jackie Bolhuis from Klompen Stampers. I've got a couple fun cards to share with you today, focusing on using two kind of hidden gems in the January through June mini catalog. You know, as you flip through that catalog, I know it's super overwhelming, and sometimes I feel like there's products that are kind of hidden and most of us don't see them, and we pass over them, and they become real gems and ones that I think you're going to really like. So we're going to talk today about doing a little bit of coloring with the blender brushes, I think they're called. I better double check on that because this is the first project I've done with them. And we're also going to talk about some gorgeous designer series paper that you might have missed in the catalog. And as always, it's quick and easy cards because you know nothing I do is hard, complicated, or needs a lot of stuff. So before I flip this camera down, welcome if you're brand new to watching me. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad you found me. Make sure to subscribe. I bring videos usually twice a week, and everything I do is quick and easy card making. I love to help beginners get started, but also those of you that have been stamping for a long time. I like to fill my videos with lots of tips and show you how quick and easy cards doesn't mean they're boring. We can make some real classy, awesome looking cards quick and easy so that we can get lots of them in the mail to family and friends because everybody loves a handmade card in the mail. Alrighty, let's go ahead. Oh, one more thing. I've been trying to remind people this. In every video I do a corresponding blog post. Now that blog post will have pictures of the project I make today, the additional cards I'm going to show you, as well as the recipe and all the supplies that I use for the card I'm making. I make it real easy for you to recreate these cards if you want to. And if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you'd like to place an order for any of the products I share with you today, you can real easily do it from that blog post as well. Now, how do I get to that blog post? Keep that super simple as well. Down in the description of this video that you're watching right now, there will be a link, and it will take you over to the blog post with all the information to go with today's video. Okay, easy peasy. Let's go ahead and let's make a quick and easy card. Hold on one second, and I'm going to flip the camera over so we can get started. Did I say two hidden gems? I think it's actually three. So real quick, in our mini catalog, and if you don't have one of these and you'd like one, follow that link down in the video description to my website. Up at the top, it'll say request a catalog. Click on that, and I'd love to send you a catalog. Okay, our hidden gems are going to start right out at the beginning, and we're going to use the stamp set You Are Amazing. This goes with a card kit. Now, I love card kits, but I also like stamp sets that go with them. And I think sometimes we overlook these stamp sets because we think it only goes with the stamp or with that card kit. So ignore all this and look at this awesome stamp set. Okay, that one is right there. Our next hidden gem that we're going to use is this True Love Designer Series paper. I know Valentine's Day is long gone, and many of us just kind of overlook this page because we get to it, it screams Valentine's Day. Oh no, this paper is awesome. So we're going to use that paper. And then I am going to show you how to use the blending brushes. That's what they're called. Again, kind of a hidden gem because it's not very pop off the page, look at me. But I just used them for the very first time on the project I'm sharing with you today. And I am in love. So I'll give you some tips for using those as well. Okay, let's get rid of this and get to our project. Here is that designer series paper. Now, the back is black and white. Well, the front's black and white too, but the back is all kind of geometric, lines, diagonal, stripes this way. It's very geometrical. These patterns are going to be perfect for all kinds of cards. If you like that black and white look and maybe put a pop of color to go with it, great, great, great paper. But here's where the magic is. Let's flip this over. And I know it's probably doing weird things with your eyes looking at this all at once. But the other side is all floral designs, again, that are black and white. Now, I love black and white. These, if you just cut this paper and use it on cards like it is, gorgeous, gorgeous cards you can make with it. So let's see, there's 4 of them. There's number 5. And you can see number 6, we've been playing with already. And this is the one I'm going to play with as well. What's really cool about this black and white is you can color this. So the stamping's done for you, essentially. So, you know, maybe you want to make a few floral cards with this design. You don't have to buy a stamp set. The paper is going to give you all of these images, and you can color them and then cut them out. So I'm like, ooh, I kind of like this. Now let's go ahead and take a look at this one. I was just kind of playing around a little bit here, and I think that's what I'm going to do, and then we'll make our card. So these are those brushes. Now we have Stampin' sponges. People that make cards have used sponges forever and ever, and sponge daubers. Okay, if you have those, you could essentially do pretty much the same thing I'm doing. But I tell you what, sponge daubers and regular sponges, I don't know that I'll ever use them again now that I've gotten my hands on these blending brushes. So it's not really a foam sponge. It's like little tiny, and I don't know if you can see that, little teeny tiny bristles, and they're super soft. So it does the same thing that sponging does. I think you can just get a nicer look and a little bit more control with it. Now they come in packs of 2. Now I've seen where people have gone all out crazy and they've bought one for every single color. They label them, you know, we're using Flirty Flamingo and Granny Apple Green. Honestly, I'm not buying 40 of these things. I think a few will do. I think the key is keep them in kind of the same color group. Like this one, I will probably always use this in pinks, okay? Pinks and reds or whatever. But you can see this has sat now for a few days from when I originally made my project. And if I rub it on here now, there is no ink showing. I haven't washed it. When I was done with it, I got as much ink off of it as I could. And now it's totally fine. I could put this in any other ink and it'll be completely fine. But I'll just kind of keep it in all the pink and reds. Same thing with our green here. Well, it looks like there's a little bit on there, but this is Granny Apple Green. Oh, I know, because I used it this morning. But when you're done, get most of that ink off, let it dry, and I will now use this on any greens, okay? So that's a little tip with that. Now, to color with them, what we're going to do is just color in these floral images. So as I played around and kind of experimented, I'm going to just kind of dab this on the ink, and you'll see as I go on my paper and I start just rubbing it, you know, and I'm pressing with my finger here, you just get this really nice sponged look. Now, it's obviously darker where I first put it down. Okay, that was pretty drastic, but you get the message there. So I found that I like to kind of start away from my image and move into it. Then I don't get a spot that has that real dark spot. I think that makes sense. So let's color right here, these flowers. So I'm going to start here, and I'm just rolling it in little circles, and then I'm slowly moving onto my paper. Start here and roll it, and you can see how we're just getting that soft color on there. You know, the key is you don't want too much ink, because if we get too much, you're going to get, you know, look like blotches like that. So get a little bit off, bring it up here and roll it, and look at how nice and beautifully colored that is. And then we'll go ahead and let's, oh, you know what? We need a little bit right there. So let's kind of get some of that off and color in that. Now with this paper, okay, we're kind of smearing that a little bit. We're gonna come up here and do the green. The beauty of this paper is you can cut out your images with the scissors after you've colored them in. So let's take a look. I actually did that here. So you can, this was probably from one of those spots. And if you start looking at this, you really get a lot as you cut them out. So you could really sit here and color this whole page and then just sit as you're watching TV and cut them out and look at all those beautiful images that you'll have to put on a card. Now, let me show you, before we actually do a card, let me show a couple other I was playing with. Here's just a piece, different floral image, but you can see how I've colored these on here, and they're ready, you know, to sit with the scissors and cut them out. The other thing, this one, and let's just grab another one on this sheet here. You can color them with Stampin' Blends as well. Now, you could use the light and dark and color, you know, like you always color with Stampin' Blends. But what I did on that one, and I'll bring it back here, is I just made like little brush marks. Okay, you can kind of use the natural shading here. I wanted this to kind of be a white flower with just a little bit of this Flirty Flamingo in there. So I just, real lightly, my hand is just kind of floppy in there because I don't want it to be real distinct. And I'm just putting those lines, okay, right where that natural shading is in that image. And then we can do the same with the leaf. Okay, we've got the Granny Apple Green. I'm using the light of both, you know, the sets that are light and dark. And we can just add a little bit of green there. And now that would be ready to cut out and use on a card as well, like I did with this piece. So you can kind of see the difference. We could move that now. But here, colored with those brushes versus colored with Stampin' Blends. So whatever you prefer, you could do. So let's go ahead and put together a card. So I have a piece of the other side. Okay, we flip that over, you can see. And we're going to use that geometric design on our card. I believe this is 3 by 3 or 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And we're going to just layer it onto basic white. You know, basic white, people never think to use it as a layer. I think it's drastic with a lot of different colored papers, but look at how that pops on there. Then let's grab our dimensionals. And for the card, we could put this one on there or this one. I don't know. Which one do you guys like better? I wish I was doing this as a live video because then you could give your opinions. I think we'll do this one. So I am going to just put on a bunch of dimensionals. Hey, leave me a comment if you like that other one better. I like to hear what you guys think. So, you know, and you could color these with regular markers, with colored pencils, however you want. Let's see, how should we put that on there? We're going to just put it onto our little square. Now, I did do a little cheating here because the whole purpose of this video was to show you how you can color your designer series paper with those brushes. So I have a piece of 11 by 4 1/4 of the basic black, and I've already embossed "You Are Amazing" on there. So that is out of our stamp set, "You Are Amazing," our little hidden gem. And then I cheated here, and "Hip Hip Hooray, 3 Cheers for You" comes from that as well. And then I just have another little strip here, and we're gonna put, this is just like a 1/2 inch by 5 1/4, I believe. Again, all those measurements are over on the website, so you can go over there and double check them. So the whole thing is kind of that black and white with a pop of that flirty flamingo and granny apple green. We'll put that on the inside of our card. And then I have a couple other ones to share with you. So there you go. Oh, I got one other piece. So when I had someone ask me, you know, you look at this and we're coloring, and it's sure you got lots of full images on here, but what about these ones that run off the edge? That seems like kind of a waste if I'm cutting it apart. Well, here is a piece from the corner. So I still cut it out, okay, cut around that way, and then we can put this on the inside. Now, it could be on the outside too, just put it on like an edge. But you know how we stamp things off the edge? You can do the same thing here. Add those kinds of pieces right on the edge. And now you're not going to waste anything. And you could really make a ton of cards out of this pack of designer series paper and all the different coloring that you have. So there's the first card. Now the second one, I did the same way. This is just a different print in there. But this time, instead of cutting out the images, I just cut it down to a 3 3/4 by 5, I believe, piece, colored what was on there, layered it, put it on the card. And there's our same greeting for the inside. And then I just popped up "You Are Amazing." So I love this black and white with the pop of pink and green on it. But I didn't want to stop with just floral cards. So I made this one as well because this is kind of more of a masculine card, but to show you how you can really focus on using the other side of that designer series paper. It's all just geometrical black and white. So there's our same "Hip Hip Hooray." Those stars are in that stamp set. And then I just kind of reversed our words here. "You're amazing." But there we got a masculine card as well. So I hope you like my cards today, my tips for using the blending brushes and for coloring your designer series paper. And check out these 3 little hidden gems that you'll find in that mini catalog. Like I said earlier, I'm here to help you with all your quick and easy card making. If you have any questions, make sure you reach out to me, leave me a comment, let me know what you think of the projects. I'm here to help you. And again, that link is down in the video description if you'd like more details on all the products I use and pictures of the cards as well as the recipes. So until I stamp with you again, have a stamp happy day.